Oh, and I got a chow pass. I was number 960, I think,
What's the chalk pass?
to get in the chow hall. They had food. You couldn't get in without a pass.
To get into the galley?
Well,
Chow line?
well, no, not the, see, the galley's the kitchen.
Oh, right.
And,
Yes,
and the mess hall is the eating space.
Right.
So you don't get in the mess hall. Same as on a ship, you don't get a mess compartment. You're the ship's company. Now in port they might not be. They were kind of lenient, because when we were in boot camp, we'd go on the ships, go have some chow over there. Nobody said a word. Just you went down the thing. But officers' mess was a little different story. They had to play it closer to the vest. Anyhow, we 860, I think it was. But the point was, after the attack, there were about 10,000 guys on the island from all the battleships. They were all over the place, and I remember I didn't get my bunk ever again. I lost my sea bag and everything was gone. They used it for guys who lost all their stuff on the ships. They needed something, uniforms, things. So they took everything, and that was it. And I didn't get my dungarees, but as I told Miriam, a piece of shrapnel tore up my pant leg near my knee, my brand new dungarees. Oh, I got them that afternoon when I checked in. First pair of dungarees in the Navy, and next day I get them ruined. But so anyway.
You check in, you get your new outfit, your working outfit.
Yeah.
And the chow card, so you can eat.
Yeah.
Out of the phone.
Oh, you didn't automatically get your dungarees. That was extra.
Oh. Okay.
And
they have to give them to you.
Yeah, I don't know whether I paid for them or they gave me. I don't remember.
Well, you had them all the same.
I got them anyway.
And then the next morning, well, that was Sunday. What were they going to do? What if the attack hadn't happened? What were they supposed to do with you Sunday?
I just sit around and wait for the beer hall to open in the afternoon.
And then Monday they would have given you your assignments and stuff.
Yeah. Well, the ship was supposed to be in. If nothing happened, the ship would have been in. I would have never transferred.
Well, where did you transfer to then?
The ship, Enterprise.
Oh, you were supposed to be on the Enterprise. Oh, okay. So you went from the oiler. They dropped you off, and then you just had to wait for the Enterprise to show up.
Yeah.
And then you'd report to duty.
Yeah. Yeah.
If the attack didn't happen, that all would have just unfolded normally.
Then there was another story in that one. See, I can't remember which one I was supposed to report to, VB6 or VS6, and but they in the meantime they put me on the Ordnance Division on Fort Island. They were short, it seems, too, and so I spent time there. They had some new blockhouses built. Actually, this is something they were expecting. Somebody did things right, expecting somehow, if they were attacked, they built these blockhouses. They were two-story blockhouses, just nothing but cement and some stairs through them and a couple of rooms. That's all. But we mounted up above them. We mounted 20 millimeters and 50 caliber machine guns on them. Everyone had spotted, and a few sandbags around them, but mainly they were exposed. But they were to take care of the low-flying planes, mainly the torpedo planes. And so they kept me there doing that, and they put me in charge of the
6th or the
after the 7th. After the 7th, well, it was chaotic. It started out so good. I started out, I had chow in the morning, nice food, everything. Boy.
It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. What time did you get up?
We got up at, I think, 5:30.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're up at, wow, your day's half over before the attack began.
Things started early on the ship.
But you're on Fort Island, though.
Well, it was still a ship.
Oh, it's still a ship.
It just wasn't deep water, that's all.
Okay, it's a shallow.
But we still got up at 0500.
Okay.
And
they had chow.
Yeah, we cleaned up and everything, went in the shower. I was walking out with another buddy who had known in boot camp, And after it started, I never saw him again. Never saw John again. He went one way, I went another.
How strange.
Anyway, what did I want to say? I thought it was such a beautiful morning. I thought, well, I'm going to love this Hawaii. I was smitten with Hawaii. The weather, the beauty of the area, everything. I thought, this is great. I'd like to spend my whole hitch right here, you know. and it never happened. About that time to come out, here come 6 planes coming down, dropping bombs, by bombers, and I thought, I haven't been around the island, you know, Fort Island, but I said, this is a small island. Where the hell is this a bombing range? It's pretty close. And the first bomb hit, I remember, and didn't go off, and shook everything. And I thought, well, see, it must be a bombing range. They're dropping duds. And boy, the next one, at that time, Balooey, he missed the ship, and he hit the shore. He was after, I think, the West Virginia, or it might have been Arizona, but it just blew everything up. There was a tin shack somewhere on the island. Part of that was blew up. A nice palm tree went up. And I thought, oh, this is not. Yeah, this is no practice. And then that's what I looked carefully and saw they were Japanese. You know, I don't remember even seeing the 5th and 6th ones drop their bombs. I ran like hell back to the chow hall and waited what to do. A big bosun got me out. He says, "We need volunteers to kick me in the butt. We need volunteers." He looked tougher than those planes at that moment, so I had to go out and help. The guys were getting killed on the California. They were getting bombed at that time, getting blown in water. A lot of guys, they called for abandon ship. They were jumping over the side. Some didn't jump far enough to hit the armor belt on the side of the ship, beat themselves up bad, you know, because it's going to drop it and bang. So the guys were in the water, some were dead, blown, you could tell. I looked for the ones that needed help. And some guys were okay. I said, okay, well, swim. And I was in there.
Were you on a boat or did you wait
water, waded out.
You waded out, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was about from here to the street, I guess, that far, maybe a little more, a little distance-wise. They're on this big mooring posts, whatever they were, if you call them. Anyway, the guys that were, if they were obviously dead, I couldn't fool with them. I was helping the guys that were injured get over it. And we'd get them on the bank, get them up in the bank far enough they wouldn't slip off back in the water. And we did that for a while. And then I don't know how I was told, or I must have been told, or somebody said they'd go back in the carry them over to the mess hall. So we carried them over there, and some of these guys were bringing mattresses down from the two levels above, 2 decks above were sleeping quarters. So we took the mattresses down, put them on the mess tables, you know, and then put them down, laid them on top of those. And we did that for a while. I was getting kind of weary. And they were still strafing us. That was a big thing I didn't like. Bombs, I didn't like either, but they were hitting the ship mostly. But I said, I hope their aim is better. They don't over correct again like they did that first bomb that I saw. Anyhow, but they were strafing us, and a few guys were getting hit there and stuff. You know. So then we got the guys on, and the medics were stuck. There some medics came and were helping out. It so happens that right across from there is a brand new dispensary, two decks with beds, all new equipment and everything. One bomb went right in the middle. There was an atrium around. It was in a square building with a square atrium in the middle. One bomb hit right smack in the middle of it, and it blew a hole about 12 feet deep, really way down. And there's all glass around this thing, you know. The glass didn't even crack. I can't believe to this day, but I saw it for myself. All the glass, I looked at it, checked it. Here's this big hole. I couldn't believe it. This is later after the attack.
Oh,
You know, but they had it all roped off. They couldn't take anybody in this new dispensary. That's why we had to use the mess hall. That's why the medics were available. They were doing nothing in that mini hospital.
They ran over.
Yeah.
So these guys, a lot of these guys, were they like unconscious? Couldn't walk?
Oh, some of them, yeah. It depended where they got hit.
Right.
Most of them are hit in the upper, seem to be torsos. Well, in the water you can't tell anyway. But if they look like they could do it, let it go. Tell them swim for it, you know. And I told them to swim for it and go down in the mess hall. I said, the whole first floor was a mess hall, big one.
Now it's a hospital.
Yeah.
So that went on for how long?
Well, I don't know time-wise, you know. I didn't even.
Once you're in the thick of it.
Yeah, I was just doing it. My guess was about a half hour doing that, and so then I remember running back with some of these guys in there, seeing how they were. I couldn't do anything for them, but make sure, try to get them comfortable. Put some pillow under their head if they needed stuff like that. Then so some old-timey chief wanted anybody knew anything about Lewis guns, machine guns. And I said, yeah, I do. And he said, yeah, no, he looked at me and he says, this 17-year-old kid, he didn't know anything, or 18-year-old kid now, he didn't know anything about that. He kept looking around anybody. There were about 24 guys in there. And I said, me. Finally he says, okay, come on, go over to Supply, across the street. And so I said, oh, I went over. I talked to somebody. Chief sent me over here, you know. And then things are still going on up there. And I said, the chief sent me over here for machine guns. You're out of machine guns, I guess. So I started cleaning up machine guns that were packed way back in the early 20s in cosmoline, very good preservative.
Were they from World War I?
Yeah.
Oh, and after the war ended, they just packed them up nicely for future use.
Yeah, or they were ones that they bought, didn't even use. See? They look brand new, and I remember the chief when I was going through gunnery school, ordnance school we called it. The chief was showing me. He said, we were talking about different weapons that we have. And he said, "Now here's one. He had a Lewis gun." He says, "I just want you to see what it is, so you know if you hear Lewis gun, this is what it is." But he said, "There are no more in the fleet. They took them all out." Well, our first battle station on this oiler, what did I see? Two Lewis machine guns. They came out, stuck them up on the mounts, up on the bridge, you know. And I said, "This chief, when I see him, boy, I'm gonna tell him he's full of hooey." They got him, but they were tricky to. They jammed so easily. If you had to just set it just right for the automatic feed, you know, and all that. And I remember, so I knew that part of it. And that was tricky. So I was setting. Some of the guys were there doing something, but I did all the setting, you know. And I remember there, the carbon tetrachloride is what you use. It cleans the cosmoline off beautifully, but after a while it gets toxic.
Yeah.
And you know, and there were no windows, no vents in that room, just that one door. And boy, I tell you, after a while it got to me. But I did quite a few. I did some Browning machine guns, and then I figured I got to get out of here. So I even saw there was still some Springfield 30 caliber Springfields in cosmoline. They had quite a in supply hall. They never opened. Well, they would say supplied the fleet. Evidently, they had enough. So these were just spares. So anyway.